Welcome to Deep Learning Minds. AI, it's always evolving, right? From those early chatbots that could barely hold a conversation
Yeah,
to the sophisticated AI co-pilots we have now, helping us write code and create art.
definitely.
But get ready, because agentic workflows, they take things to a whole new level. We're talking about AI systems that can initiate tasks, make decisions, and even learn from their experiences, all without constant human intervention. And joining us for this deep dive is an expert who's been knee-deep in this world of agentic workflows.
It's definitely an exciting time to be working in this field. The advancements we're seeing are truly pushing the boundaries.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. What makes an agentic workflow different from, say, a traditional AI chatbot? We've all interacted with those chatbots that can answer basic questions,
Hmm.
but quickly get lost if you deviate from the script at all.
Great question. The key difference is the agent's ability to plan and reason. Imagine you ask a chatbot to book a flight. A chatbot might be able to access a flight booking website and fill in the basic details, based on your instructions. But an agent can do so much more. It can analyze your calendar, understand your preferences, and even negotiate with the airline to get you the best possible deal.
Oh, that's impressive. So it's not just about following pre-programmed rules. It's about understanding the goal and figuring out the best way to achieve it, almost like a human would.
Exactly. And to do that, agents rely on several key components. First, they need a way to understand what you're asking them to do. That's where natural language processing comes in. It allows the agent to interpret your request and translate it into a format that it can work with. Then comes the planning stage, where the agent breaks down the task into smaller steps and figures out the best sequence of actions to take.
Okay, so it's like the agent is creating a roadmap for itself, figuring out how to get from point A to point B. But doesn't that require a lot of knowledge about the world? How does an agent know how to negotiate with an airline or find the best flight deals?
That's where things get really interesting. Agents can be connected to a vast array of tools and data sources. Think of it like giving the agent access to the internet databases, even specialized software. This allows the agent to gather information, analyze data, and even execute actions in the real world. For example, an agent could use a web search engine to research flight prices, access a database to retrieve your travel history, and even use an API to interact with the airline's booking system.
So it's like giving the agent a whole toolkit to work with,
Oh,
allowing it to perform tasks that would normally require human intervention.
mm.
But how do we know that the agent is doing a good job? What if it makes mistakes or goes off track?
That's where reflection and evaluation come in. Agents are designed to evaluate their own performance and learn from their experiences. They can compare their outputs to a set of predefined criteria or even ask for feedback from humans.
Okay,
This feedback loop allows the agent to constantly improve its accuracy and effectiveness. It's like having an AI that's always striving to get better.
that's reassuring. But hold on, thinking about all the sci-fi movies where AI goes rogue, starts making decisions that harm humans, how do we prevent that from happening in real life? We're giving these agents a lot of power.
You're right. Safety and ethics are absolutely paramount in AI development. Think of it this way. Governance and policy act like the guardrails for these agentic workflows. We carefully define the boundaries within which the agent operates, ensuring its actions are aligned with human values and ethical considerations. It's like setting clear rules and limitations to prevent the AI from, exceeding its intended purpose or causing harm.
Makes sense. So we've got the agent understanding the request, planning the steps using tools and data, and constantly reflecting on its performance, all while operating within these ethical boundaries. That's a lot to wrap my head around, but incredibly fascinating.
It is, and we're just scratching the surface. The potential applications of agentic workflows are vast and diverse.
Okay, so let's dive into those applications. Where are we seeing agentic workflows making a real difference today? I'm eager to hear about some specific examples.
Well, one area where they're already making waves is content creation. Imagine an agent that can research a topic, gather relevant data, and even write an entire article or blog post, all while adhering to your specific style and tone.
Wow, that could be a game changer for writers and content creators. It's like having an AI writing assistant that can take care of the tedious parts and allow you to focus on the creative aspects.
Exactly. And it's not just about writing. Agentic workflows are being used in fields like cybersecurity, customer service, even personal assistance.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Can you give us a concrete example of how an agent might be used in cybersecurity?
Sure. Imagine a security system that relies solely on traditional AI. It might be able to detect suspicious activity, but would be limited in its response options. Now, picture an agentic workflow integrated into that system. It could analyze the threat, identify the source, quarantine affected devices, and even patch vulnerabilities in real time. all while keeping human security experts in the loop. We're talking about a potential tenfold increase in response speed, potentially saving businesses from, major data breaches and financial losses.
That's incredible. It sounds like agentic workflows are really pushing the boundaries of what's possible in so many different fields. But I'm curious, for someone who's just starting to learn about this, what are some key concepts or terms they should familiarize themselves with?
Well, one important concept is retrieval augmented generation, or Aragon. It's a technique where the agent combines information retrieval with content generation. Think of it as the agent having a vast library of knowledge at its fingertips and being able to pull out the most relevant information to complete a task.
Okay, so Aragon helps the agent access and utilize information effectively.
Hmm.
What about those larger context windows we hear so much about?
Yes. Context windows are crucial. It refers to the amount of information the agent can remember and consider while working on a task. As these context windows get larger, the agent's ability to understand complex instructions and produce nuanced outputs dramatically increases.
So it's like the agent's working memory, right? The larger the context window, the more information it can juggle and the smarter it becomes.
Exactly. It's a game changer, allowing agents to perform more complex tasks with greater accuracy and efficiency. And these larger context windows are made possible by advancements in the underlying technology, particularly in language models.
This is all so fascinating. We've talked about the fundamentals, the potential applications, and even some advanced concepts like array and context windows. But I'm sure our listeners are wondering about the practical implications of all of this.
You're right. It's one thing to talk about the theoretical capabilities of agentic workflows, but it's another to understand how they might impact our lives in a tangible way. And that's what we'll explore in the next part of our depth dive.
I can't wait. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Deep Learning Minds. We're continuing our deep dive into agentic workflows, and now it's time to get practical. We've explored the fundamentals, glimpsed at the potential applications, but let's shift gears and talk about how this technology could actually reshape the way we work and live.
It's an exciting prospect, isn't it? We're on the cusp of a major shift in how we interact with technology, moving from giving commands to collaborating with these intelligent agents.
Exactly. So let's get concrete. We've touched upon the potential of agentic workflows in areas like content creation and cybersecurity. But what about other industries? How could this technology revolutionize, say, healthcare or finance?
Imagine a world where doctors have AI-powered agents assisting them with diagnosis and treatment planning. These agents could analyze medical records, research the latest studies, and even simulate different treatment options, all in real time.
Wow,
It's like having a team of medical experts available at your fingertips, potentially leading to more accurate diagnoses and personalized treatment plans.
that's incredible. And what about the financial sector? Could agentic workflows help us manage our money more effectively or even predict market trends?
Absolutely. Imagine an agent that can monitor your spending habits, identify potential savings, and even invest your money based on your financial goals and risk tolerance. This could empower individuals to take control of their finances and make more informed decisions. On a larger scale, agentic workflows could analyze vast amounts of financial data, identify patterns, and even predict market movements, potentially revolutionizing the way we invest and manage risk.
Okay, these examples are really painting a picture of how transformative this technology could be. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, job displacement. I'm sure many of our listeners are wondering if agentic workflows will lead to widespread job losses.
It's a valid concern and one we need to address head on. While it's true that some jobs will inevitably be automated, it's crucial to remember that history has shown us that technological advancements often create new opportunities in industries we couldn't have imagined before.
Right.
The printing press, the automobile, the internet, all initially sparked fears of job losses, yet they ultimately led to economic growth and the creation of entirely new professions.
So instead of fearing AI, we should focus on adapting and upskilling ourselves to thrive in this new landscape. But how can we prepare for a future where agentic workflows are commonplace? What skills will be in high demand?
The ability to work alongside AI will be paramount. We need to develop skills like critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity. We need to become adept at defining problems, setting goals for our AI agents, and interpreting and refining their outputs. It's not about being replaced by AI, it's about learning to leverage AI as a powerful tool to augment our own capabilities.
So it sounds like we need to shift our mindset from seeing AI as a threat to seeing it as an opportunity to offload tedious tasks, amplify our productivity, and ultimately free up our time and mental energy for more creative and fulfilling pursuits.
Precisely. Think of it as a collaborative partnership where humans and AI work together, each contributing their unique strengths. Humans excel at tasks requiring creativity, empathy, and complex decision-making, while AI can handle repetitive tasks, analyze vast amounts of data, and identify patterns that humans might miss.
It's not a zero-sum game. It's about finding the right balance between human ingenuity and AI's computational power.
Yeah.
And one thing that's always fascinated me about agentic workflows is this concept of multi-agent systems. Can you explain what that is and why it's so exciting?
Imagine a team of specialized agents working together to achieve a common goal. That's the essence of a multi-agent system. You could have an agent dedicated to research, another focused on planning, and yet another responsible for execution.
Oh,
It's like assembling a team of AI experts, each with their unique skill set to tackle complex problems that would be impossible for a single agent to handle alone.
wow, that sounds incredibly powerful. It's like creating an AI dream team, each member bringing their expertise to the table. Wow. What are some examples of how multi-agent systems are being used today?
One fascinating example is in the field of robotics. Imagine a team of robots working together to assemble a product, each robot specializing in a specific task. You could have one robot handling welding, another focused on painting, and yet another responsible for quality control. This could revolutionize manufacturing, making it faster, more efficient, and less reliant on human labor.
That's amazing. And what about other industries? Could multi-agent systems be used in areas like logistics or even disaster relief?
Absolutely. In logistics, multi-agent systems could optimize delivery routes, manage warehouse inventory, and even coordinate the movement of goods across global supply chains. In disaster relief, a team of agents could be deployed to assess damage, locate survivors, and coordinate rescue efforts, potentially saving lives in critical situations.
It sounds like the possibilities are truly endless. But with all this talk about AI agents working together, I can't help but wonder about the potential for conflict or even competition between them. How do we ensure that these agents collaborate effectively and don't end up working at cross purposes?
That's a great question, and one that researchers are actively exploring. The key lies in designing robust coordination mechanisms. Think of it like establishing clear communication protocols and shared goals for the agents. This could involve using centralized controllers to oversee the overall operation or implementing decentralized systems where agents communicate and negotiate with each other directly.
So it's like creating a system of checks and balances to ensure that the agents work together harmoniously towards a common goal. It's fascinating to think about the complexities involved in building such systems.
It is, and as we delve deeper into the world of multi-agent systems, we encounter new challenges and opportunities. For example, how do we design agents that can adapt to changing circumstances? How do we ensure that these systems remain robust and reliable even when individual agents fail? These are just some of the questions researchers are grappling with as we push the boundaries of AI collaboration.
It's clear that we've only just begun to explore the potential of agentic workflows and multi-agent systems. It's an incredibly exciting time to be following this field as it rapidly evolves and reshapes the technological landscape.
I completely agree. And as we move forward, it's crucial to remember that the development and deployment of AI should be guided by ethical principles and a commitment to human well-being. We need to ensure that these powerful technologies are used responsibly and for the benefit of all.
That's a perfect segue into the final part of our deep dive, where we'll explore the ethical considerations surrounding agentic workflows and discuss the implications for the future of AI. Stay tuned. We're back for the final part of our deep dive into agentic workflows. And as we wrap up this amazing conversation, I think it's time to address the ethical side of things. We've touched upon the potential impact on jobs and the need for responsible development. But what are some other ethical considerations we need to keep in mind as agentic workflows become more prevalent?
Well, one of the biggest concerns is bias. AI systems are trained on data, and if that data reflects existing biases in society, the AI system will perpetuate those biases. It's like teaching a child with biased textbooks. They'll learn a skewed version of reality.
So how do we mitigate bias in agentic workflows? That seems like a complex challenge.
It is, but there are steps we can take. First, we need to ensure that the data used to train these systems is diverse and representative of all groups in society. We also need to develop algorithms that are specifically designed to detect and mitigate bias. And perhaps most importantly, we need human oversight to ensure that these systems are being used fairly and ethically.
Okay, so it sounds like a multifaceted approach is necessary to tackle this challenge. Now, another ethical consideration that comes to mind is transparency. These agentic workflows are making decisions that could have a significant impact on our lives. But how do we know why they're making those decisions? How can we ensure that their decision-making process is transparent and accountable?
Transparency is crucial. We need to develop methods for making the reasoning process of these agents more understandable to humans. This could involve techniques like explainable AI, which aims to provide insights into how AI systems arrive at their conclusions. It's like giving the AI a voice so we can understand its thought process.
That makes sense. We need to be able to trust these systems, and that trust can only be built on transparency and accountability. Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about the future. What are some of the most exciting advancements or trends you see on the horizon for agentic workflows?
One area that's particularly exciting is the development of more adaptable and autonomous agents. Imagine agents that can learn and evolve on their own, continuously improving their performance without human intervention. This could lead to AI systems that are more versatile and capable of handling a wider range of tasks.
That sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, but it also raises questions about control and safety. If these agents are becoming more autonomous, how do we ensure that they remain aligned with human values and goals?
Right, that's a critical question, and one that researchers are actively addressing. One approach is to develop safe AI, which focuses on building systems that are inherently aligned with human values and incapable of causing harm. Another approach is to create mechanisms for human oversight, allowing humans to intervene and correct course if an agent starts to deviate from its intended purpose.
So it's about finding the right balance between autonomy and control, empowering these agents to be intelligent and adaptable while ensuring that they remain safe and beneficial to humanity. It's a delicate dance, but one that's crucial to get right.
Absolutely. And as we navigate this new landscape of increasingly sophisticated AI systems, it's important to remember that the future is not predetermined. It's a future that we are actively shaping with every decision we make, every line of code we write, and every conversation we have about the role of AI in society.
Well said. And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive into the fascinating world of agentic workflows. We've explored the fundamentals, the applications, the challenges, and the ethical considerations,
Yeah.
and it's clear that we're just at the beginning of an incredible journey.
It's an exciting time to be working with AI. The advancements we're seeing are truly groundbreaking and the possibilities seem endless. But it's crucial that we approach AI development and deployment with a sense of responsibility and a commitment to ethical principles.
Right. We need to be thoughtful about how we use AI to ensure that it serves humanity's best interests. Now, as we conclude this episode, I'd like to leave our listeners with a call to action. Engage, explore, question, and contribute to the ongoing conversation about the role of AI in our lives. The future of AI is not something that will simply happen to us. It's a future that we are all actively creating. And it's up to each of us to play our part.
So to our listeners, we encourage you to keep those deep learning minds engaged. Stay curious, stay informed, and stay involved in shaping the future of AI. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
And that's a wrap on this episode of Deep Learning Minds. We'll see you next time for another deep dive into the fascinating world of AI. Until then, keep those minds engaged, and let's build a future where AI empowers humanity and creates a better world for everyone.